The 2026 Xpeng G6 charges faster than almost any electric car on the road, and it undercuts the Tesla Model Y it was built to hunt. Plug it into a strong enough charger and it climbs from 10 to 80% in about 12 minutes, roughly the time it takes to drink a coffee. That is the promise. A Chinese coupe SUV from a company most British drivers cannot yet spell, taking on the best-selling electric car in the world. And if you want the honest answer before you spend a penny, subscribe. The harder question is the one no spec sheet answers. Can a badge nobody trusts yet earn a place on your driveway? That is the real story. Start with the way it looks, because this is where you can see the money Xpeng did not spend on a famous name. Up front, there is no grille at all, just a smooth closed nose and one slim light bar stretched across the full width of the car, with the X badge lifted up onto the bonnet. In this soft lilac paint, the G6 reads less like a budget gadget and more like something from a class above. From the side, the roof sinks into a long fastback tail. The door handles sit flush with the body, and dark turbine-style alloys fill the arches. It is a proper coupe SUV silhouette, far closer to the Tesla it targets than anything Europe sells for the money. At the rear, a matching light bar echoes the front, above a neat ducktail spoiler. The design budget went into looking expensive, not into a familiar badge. Open the door and the same trick carries on inside. The dashboard is built around a wide, fast landscape touchscreen. Ahead of a slim two-spoke wheel sits a smaller display that draws the road around you in real time. A live map of the cars and lane lines the G6 can see. Here is the part worth holding on to. That picture no longer comes from spinning laser sensors. The facelift quietly stripped the LiDAR off the roof and the bumpers, and now the car reads the whole world through cameras alone, a system Xpeng calls AI Eagle Eye. Whether dropping those lasers was a brave call or a quiet saving is a question we will come back to. The seats are wrapped in soft synthetic leather, heated and cooled on the higher trims, and at night a calm blue light washes through the doors. Nothing in here feels built down to a bargain, but rather a full class above what an unfamiliar name suggests. That sense of getting more than you bargained for carries into the practical stuff. Lift the tailgate and there are 571 liters of boot back there. A deep square space with a flat floor and a one-pole lever for the rear seats. It swallows a full family shop and a folded pushchair without a fuss. Be honest about the shape though. That sloping coupe roof steals a little headroom in the back. And the Tesla it keeps chasing actually carries more. Well over 800 liters once you count its hidden bins and front boot. So the G6 is roomy, rather than class-leading. It is a family car first, and a style statement second, and for most buyers, that is the right way round. And now the number that reframes everything. The G6 starts at 39,990 pounds. That undercuts even the cheapest Model Y by around 2,000 pounds, and it manages it while charging quicker and looking, to plenty of eyes, the more expensive car of the two. The long-range version adds 5,000 pounds to that, and even the flagship all-wheel drive performance stops just short of 50,000. Those are super mini maker figures, with a luxury feel stapled on top. So where did the engineering budget go, if not into the sticker? Underneath sits an 800-volt architecture and a brand new 5C lithium iron phosphate battery. That pairing is the whole reason the charging claim holds up, rather than crumbling into a brochure boast. Feed the long-range car a powerful rapid charger, and it pulls up to 451 kilowatts. That takes it from 10 to 80% in around 12 minutes flat. The entry car carries a 68 kilowatt-hour pack, good for about 290 miles on the official test. The long range stretches an 80 kilowatt-hour battery to a claimed 326. In the real world, the first British reviews have landed nearer 300, dropping toward 280 on a long motorway haul. Power runs from a relaxed 250 horsepower in the rear-drive car to a rapid 480 in the all-wheel drive performance. That version clears 62 miles an hour in about 4 seconds. The reviewers who have driven it do not call it thrilling. They keep reaching for the same two words instead: quiet and composed. If a fast charge and near 300 miles for family money is what you want cut through the hype, stay with me. Every new electric car I break down here gets this same honest treatment. Now for the part the brochure will not print. Living with the G6 is gentler on the wallet than the badge might suggest. Charge it at home overnight and it returns close to 4 miles for every kilowatt hour, which works out at roughly 14 miles for every pound of night rate electricity. Servicing is a light touch, once a year or every 12,000 miles, and it pays the same flat 200-pound road tax every other electric car now carries. Insurance is the one figure that bites. Since the G6 sits in Group 43 and up, so it is not cheap to cover. The warranty tells its own story. 5 years and 75,000 miles on the car. 8 years on the battery. That is fair, until you park it beside a Kia EV6, which hands you 7 years and 100,000 miles as standard. On the thing a nervous first buyer values most, peace of mind, the establishment still holds the edge. Which brings us back to the lasers, and to the real catch. It is not the car, it is the company. Xpeng is young, and its British dealer network is still only a couple of dozen showrooms deep. Nobody yet knows what one of these will be worth in 3 years, or how painless a repair will be when the nearest branch is 2 counties away. Dropping the LiDAR for cameras was the same species of bet, a young firm trusting its own software to do a job the cautious money still does with hardware. None of that is a flaw you can point at on the show floor. It is simply the price of being early. But every household name on your street was once a stranger too. The battery cover runs a long 8 years, and the car itself feels solid enough to outlast the doubt. So where does that leave the 2026 Xpeng G6? Judged as a machine, it is genuinely impressive. Judged as a leap of faith, it does ask something of you. Here is how I would play it. The one to buy is the long-range rear-wheel drive at 44,990 pounds. It unlocks the full 451 kilowatt charging and the longest range, and it is the version that makes the underdog argument stick. Skip it only if you need a dealer on every high street and the comfort of a name your neighbors already know. If that is you, the Model Y and the Kia EV6 are the natural cross shops, and the numbers that separate all three are on screen now. The Model Y carries more and holds its value better. The Xpeng charges quicker, asks for less, and feels a class richer inside. Add it all up, and the G6 lands at 7.8 on the AUTO TV score. Held back only by the badge, never by the metal. So if you are torn between these two, do not sign for either until you have seen the other side of the argument. My full Tesla Model Y verdict is up next, and it may just tip which of these you end up parking outside your house.